Hi, hello everybody. Now, a new chat now. I'm going to chat a little bit about amazing magic show, okay? The best magic show I've ever seen again. It's David Copperfield that goes to Alcatraz from 1987. Good show, seriously. Check this out as we vlog and blog about this amazing magic show from 1987. Copperfield's escape from Alcatraz. The best show magic show's ever shown. Seriously, I love it. So here we are, vlog and blog about the amazing magic show from 1987. David Copperfield's escape from Alcatraz. An amazing magic show. Check this out. So we vlog and blog this for the next 10 minutes. Here we're going to go. So we're talking a bit about the show. This show's really amazing, seriously. David Copperfield, of course, best magician in the world. In the 80s and 90s, was the biggest magician in the world, seriously. Massive magician, seriously. Bigger than everybody else, bigger than David Blaine, bigger than Chris Angel, bigger than Don Webb, bigger than everyone, basically. Amazing magician, here, bigger than me as well, to be honest, seriously. He's an amazing, massive magician, David Copperfield. And of course, back in the 80s and 90s, there's some amazing magic shows, seriously, as we know. He did about 14, 50 magic shows over the years. From 1979 to 1992, I think it was. So long, not 2002, sorry, long time, isn't it? He did magic shows, didn't he? About 18 magic shows or so over those years. And they're all really great magic shows, seriously. Constituting some of the best pieces of magic ever performed, seriously, over the years. And they're really amazing shows. Let's have a look at this show, seriously, from 1987. This is the Alcatraz special, Escape from Alcatraz, of course, which was a big show back at the time. It's also a really brilliant magic show, seriously. It's actually really detailed, amazing magic. And I was about 18 when I saw it, seriously, and I can't believe how good it was, really. This guy was the height of his career. This guy had walked through the Great Wall of China, he vanished in an aeroplane. About the Statue of Liberty, he was about to challenge the force of the Bermuda Triangle, about to kind of escape from a burning tower block, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. This guy was amazing, seriously, and this guy was doing every year and year amazing kind of tours, amazing illusion shows around America, around the world, Far East, Germany, USA, that kind of stuff. And also he was doing amazing TV shows, now along every single year, with some of the most penetrating, amazing magic you've ever seen in your life, seriously, amazing kind of penetrating magic. So have a little chat about Copperfield number 9, the Alcatraz special. Begins, of course, with an amazing piece, an introduction, an amazing piece of vision over Alcatraz Island, of course. The most inescapable prison on earth, they said, didn't they? Al Capone was in there, he never got out of it, did he? Birdman Alcatraz never got out of it, basically. Legendary prison, I think he shut about 1962, didn't that thing, back in the USA. It's in San Francisco Bay, of course, in the USA. And of course, it was the most inescapable prison on earth, as I say. It's a long word, isn't it? Inescapable prison on earth, if I can say it, okay? So basically, anyway, as I say, the illusion show begins anyway back in the theatre in San Francisco, and there Copperfield is on stage, and he's about to perform an amazing thing called Table of Death. This is Houdini type illusion, Table of Death. And what happens with this illusion anyway is, he's strapped to a table basically, below a whole table of spikes above his head basically. Strapped and chained like Houdini basically on the table, and they set the spikes connected to a rope, and they put a rope under a blowtorch, okay, basically, and the blowtorch burns through the rope. Copperfield's got about 2 minutes to escape from this table before the rope breaks, the spikes come down and kill him basically, because in a minute if he doesn't get off the table, the spikes will come down and he'll be spiked to death basically, simple as that, okay? Amazing illusion, seriously. And of course Copperfield, they put a curtain in front of him, he's strapped to the table. And of course, everything goes wrong, you know, the flame breaks through the rope, the spikes come down and crash right into the table, simple as that, okay? And we think Copperfield's obviously been killed, spiked to death, but they pull back the curtain and suddenly, of course, Copperfield is actually there, completely okay, relaxed, and looking really cool and everything else, basically, back to normal again. So it's an amazing escape illusion. I think it was invented by a guy called Andre Cole, American illusionist that invented that kind of guy. Amazing illusion, seriously. One of the best illusions ever performed on the show. Dramatic music, lighting, staging, camera angles. They used amazing camera stuff as well back in those days. Cameras flying around the whole place as well, over the whole illusion. Amazing illusion, the Table of Death, okay? messing with a serious illusion. Now that, of course, is an amazing start of the show. We then get a kind of comedy routine with the duck, Webster duck, of course. He brings the duck on, and here's a phone with a duck, and he kind of vanishes the duck and makes the duck appear again, and he puts the duck inside a cannon. It's a comedy illusion, it's totally harmless to animals. The duck is put inside a toy cannon and then fired out the cannon into a cage. A very clever kind of comedy illusion, really. No, there's no totally illusion, basically. There's nothing harmful to animals at all in it. It's quite a funny, good routine. I love this stuff, this kind of like comedy kind of magic back in the day, in the 80s, this kind of comedy routines to do with animals. I love that kind of stuff, and it was all safe. No animals were hurt at all, seriously. But it was a really lovely and amazing trick, the firing the duck from the cannon into the cage. Good trick, seriously. I do that one very much indeed, okay? We then get one of the best illusions of the show, probably the best illusion I've ever seen in my life. Again, I go back 40, 50 years into magic, started when I was like 40 years ago. This illusion is a real standard, probably the best I've ever seen it done. I've seen it done by Pendragons and other people have done it as well. But this is amazing. This is a spiker illusion, okay? And I've talked about that before in another video actually. This illusion, as Copperfield basically is pulled up onto put onto the edge of a sword. A sword is put upright basically. Copperfield is put on top of the sword. It spins round and round and round on top of the sword basically. And then the sword penetrates his body, like it's right through his body basically. And then of course he's penetrating the line on the sword, penetrated basically, simple as that. And of course the camera goes round and round and around him. They play amazing music from Phil Collins. I think it's called I Don't Care About You, or I Don't Care Anymore or something. One of the great songs Copperfield did back in the 80s, back in one of the early 80s kind of hits Phil Collins had. And the Phil Collins music goes so well with illusion. The whole illusion, you know, it's amazing. The illusion's kind of cool, penetrating, a bit depressive, quite powerful, isn't it? Almost about suicide in a sort of sense. You know, this is quite a big story illusion. And this is what Copperfield was so good, because Copperfield melded emotions, ideas and concepts together basically into one kind of framework. And that's why this illusion works emotionally, it works visually amazing, it's psychologically amazing, the music's amazing, the way the camera angles go around the whole thing are amazing. Okay, it's really amazing stuff, seriously. So check this out on the show, on the Alcatraz show. This is the Spiker illusion, the third illusion in to the show. It is a masterpiece of magic, seriously. I've never seen like it seriously, it must be so much. The Spiker illusion, easily one of the top 10 illusions of all time as well, bar none, seriously. Up there with some of the best illusions of all time, seriously. Check out my best illusions of all time video again, because I have talked a little bit about this before, but it's a great illusion. And if you want to learn a bit about magic, theatre, illusion, performance, body language, dance, okay, lighting, camera work, staging, music and emotions. This illusion has it all. The spark illusion is really good, seriously. I thought we go for another illusion basically of that. Another illusion, I think he gets a girl up in the audience, out of the audience, and he has a big blackboard on the wall basically, and he basically goes through kind of a romantic story again. This is a kind of a prediction illusion. The girl tells a story. We don't know what the story is. He drops the cloth, and on the blackboard is written the story that the girl's been saying, basically. Written on the blackboard as a prediction. It's kind of a prediction illusion, really, kind of clairvoyance. So the story is told by the girl, no one knows what the story is, and it appears written on the blackboard. Amazing, seriously. It's a kind of clairvoyance illusion, futuristic kind of illusion. Very good indeed, seriously. Do like it. This is a very simple kind of illusion, and performed by by Joan Spina, his assistant as well. I think she's died now, Joan Spina, bless her heart. She's died a few years ago. She was a dancer who got the dance of Copperfield during the 80s and 90s, Joan Spina. Google her, Joan Spina. And basically, anyways, as I say, the illusion is really amazing, the trick is really amazing, and it's a really simple piece of magic, but again, it's presented really beautifully with the music, the tone, the romantic aspect of him talking to the girl, the chatting aspect, the romantic aspect, makes the illusion a lot better than it would be if it was done by somebody else or just done normally. This illusion is done beautiful kind of, again, oeuvre of romance and that kind of stuff. It's a lovely kind of illusion, seriously, do check it out again. It is, of course, the Blackboard, the magical clairvoyance Blackboard illusion. Really good trick indeed. Do love it, okay? Do love it, okay? We then get a really great routine. If you're into comedy magic and stage performance comedy magic, if you do kids' parties, if you do kind of any kind of shows, whether you're performing cabaret abroad, the UK, performing for your mates, or doing a show in front of an audience, whether it's a kids' party in the house or whether you're doing anything, the next illusion is really good. This is called the Boy-o-matic illusion. This is kind of a routine. It's actually not a very baffling illusion. A little kid comes on stage and they have the duck as well, and the boy is kind of stuck in a kind of like a mincing machine. It's a kind of comedy mincing machine. The boy's flattened basically to a little kind of completely flattened basically. Duck's put in as well, duck's flattened as well, completely flattened. It's all kind of cartoon comedy stuff, don't worry about it. Totally harmless to the kid, to the animals. And basically they then inflate the kid again, inflate the duck again, basically back to real life. Now this is a great routine indeed. It's just a comedy routine. It's not very baffling. It's done with a regular kind of box piece of magic. The girls come on, dance to the kid. There's a lot of really good gags in it, really good jokes in it as well. The way it's written is superb. But seriously, the kids on stage, the girls are dancing around the kid gets in the rollers and flattened in the rollers. Funny routine, really well done by Copperfield, really well presented as well, seriously. The duck's really funny as well. It's called Boyomatic routine. It's a brilliant comedy routine. You want to see comedy magic, even you could do if you perform magic on stage or do kids' parties. It's a great routine. You can learn a lot from just watching that routine, seriously. Again, Copperfield's handling of the stage, body language, using music, comedy, lighting, really well done indeed, seriously. Love it, love it. It's called Boyomatic. Check it out. Now, after this, we get to the climax of the show. Now, this is quite technologically amazing. This is really amazing. Now, it's 33 years ago. This is the escape from Alcatraz. Now, he goes to Alcatraz Island, and of course, he's on Alcatraz Island. This escape was filmed pretty much with one camera. Can you believe it? This is back in the 80s. They were doing this stuff. They were so in the 80s, they were so visionary, weren't they, with these TV shows? They were so visionary with these TV shows. So basically, the Copperfield gets basically put in a cell, in a straitjacket, and there's explosives rigged around the place as well. He's in one of the cells, maybe Al Capone's cell or something in Alcatraz, on the ground floor of Alcatraz, in the prison in San Francisco Bay. And basically, I went there years ago actually, I went there after this illusion, went to see the place. What a spooky, weird place Alcatraz is, isn't it? Have you been to Alcatraz? It's a weird place, seriously. It's like an open museum, a massive museum nowadays. You walk around it and clink on the cell doors and everything else. It's a really weird, spooky place, seriously. I think it's haunted, it's a weird place. A lot of weird things in there, seriously. Very good museum as well. Anyway, Copperfield is locked inside one of the cells in a straitjacket, or he seems to get from the straitjacket for one first part. He then gets a sheet and holds it up in front of the cell, and he walks through, yes, he walks through the actual metal bars of the cell, seriously. Up goes the sheet, drops the sheet, and he's passed through the bars of the cell. Amazing stuff, seriously. I don't know how it works. Even now, to this day, I don't know how that's done. It's amazing, seriously. Very good. And this is real magic. It's real magic technology. He then goes out there, basically, goes out to kind of a holding bay area. I think he kind of drops kind of rope into a box. Box is empty. And he produces a pussycat, okay, from nowhere, okay. And the pussycat runs off. The pussycat gets chased by some guard dogs, Doberman guard dogs. It's all kind of comedy, don't worry about it. It's not real, it's just fake for television, but it's quite entertaining stuff. The cat runs away, the dogs get distracted by the cat that run away as well. So the dogs are off the scent, okay. Copperfield now, with that dog's chasing him, basically gets us 3 coins, melds the coins in a piece of metal, melds the metal into a lock pick, okay, and uses a lock pick to pick his way out of a cell door, okay, amazing stuff, seriously, okay. It's a very good piece of magic again. It's simple, sleight of hand actually, but it's done really beautifully well. The way he looks at the camera, his fingers, the way he uses his fingers is brilliant, okay. The way he actually picks and drops up the loads to do the changes in it. If you're a magician, you'll see that. It's done very immaculately. So 3 coins meld into a piece of metal, meld into a lock pick, okay. And then picks a lock. It's a really good trick, seriously. Done really well. That's great. I love that, seriously. You could do that. You can learn that kind of stuff. It's really good, seriously. And then goes from there basically to a kind of holding area, chased by the coppers. The coppers chase him into a holding area. There he gets on top of the table, puts a cardboard box around him, and suddenly the cardboard box blows up, boom, and falls apart, and Copperfield's gone. Completely disappeared, seriously. And after this disappearance, he then the camera goes in one take out through the corridors of the building and into the courtyard of Alcatraz. There's a helicopter sat there. The camera goes in the helicopter, the Copperfield's in the helicopter. Seriously, okay, suddenly disappeared his box and down the helicopter, okay. This is one take, okay. No cutaways, no camera tricks, seriously. The helicopter flies off, and we don't know actually whether it's him in the helicopter. I don't know if he's flying a thing or I don't know if it's really him flying it. But seriously, it's a very good bit of magic. One take, vanish from a box in the building to run down the corridors to a helicopter outside, and the helicopter's got Copperfield inside the helicopter with the pussycat, of course. A bit of a gag there as well. The pussycat's there as well. This is well written stuff. It's well written, really well presented, really well engineered, really well designed. The lighting again, the music. I think they use a bit kind of Back to the Future kind of music. Back to the Future was a big film back then, wasn't it? 87, wasn't it? Back to the Future 1 had been out. And so they kind of had all that kind of stuff, the music, the lighting, the texture, the tone, the whole piece, you know what I mean? Absolutely love it, seriously. It's a great piece of magic, seriously. And the whole show is great. The whole show, technically, if you're a magician, not a magician, is a really good show. Even though it's 33 years ago, yes, magic's moved on. We've had Dynamo, David Blaine, we've had everyone else coming up now. We've had, of course, Chris Angel and everyone else doing magic as well. And many of those guys from the 80s, the Pendragons, have kind of faded away. Copperfield's kind of faded away to doing a Las Vegas kind of steady show in Las Vegas, because he's 65 now, isn't he? But basically, the illusion seriously is an amazing illusion. I do love it. The whole show is great. So check out the Spiker illusion, Table of Death illusion. Of course, it's good. The comedy with the duck's great fun, kind of comedy magic as well. The Boy-o-matic, the Duck-o-matic's really funny as well. Blackboard illusion is really good as well. And of course, this game Alcatraz is immaculately well presented as well. And of course, it was done a kind of like a TV movie type idea. The aspects of the Alcatraz escape is a little bit gimmicky in a way. I agree, it's a bit like a TV movie, but it is technically real magic. There's no camera tricks in it at all. All the illusions you see in Alcatraz are real illusions, okay? Good stuff, seriously. Hope you like that anyway. Do check out my magic, my videos, and more stuff. So click below for some more my magic as well. I've done lots of stuff on my magic as well, including all kinds of levitations or floating and vanishing up as well in my stuff. So check out my videos as well. Click the box below for my videos. Magical Mike, okay? Subscribe as well, please, to help me out as well. Hit the subscribe button as well, as always. Do like, subscribe. Hope you like that, and we'll come back again very soon for some more magic from me, and also some more chat about magic and illusion and telly and theatre as well. So I hope you're very well. Look after yourselves, and see you very soon again for some more magic. See you later.